across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 7.
He's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Ready? Let's get that ball.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he will find the rookie from LSU, Terrace Marshall. Darnold to Marshall there. First down, Panthers.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
At the 45-yard line.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Come on. You go tight. You got tight. You ain't. Hey, check.
On second down, McCaffrey shedding the tackle. McCaffrey with a first down and more. The 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Strip that ball.
Barkley will take it in for the Giants touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go, because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a 1st down and more. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back and forth 1st quarter of play. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong...
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Pettis now on the return.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Back. He's coming. We got double up.
Now Jones. Rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And it's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success. That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Now Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. That caught by Tremble. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Darnold now to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
Right there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hey, watch the slant, lady.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Check 53. No gain on this defense. No gain.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 38
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. This time the extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 4. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10.
Check right 54. Right 54. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Darnold.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Darnold. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He'll buy some time right. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Open man left side, it's the tight end Trimble. And he goes out right around the 39.
I like the thought process, I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
And this one is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd and short.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
51 yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Throw left side, complete to Tony. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break. Jones. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Jones is going to put it in the hands of Barkley on the option. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones. Got a man, Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Pushes him over. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. From the 10. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all the way up just shy of midfield before going out of bounds at the 49.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. To throw is Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And this one is right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A handoff to Barkley on the option. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
That ball caught by Slayton. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run for it with Barkley, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They don't get the hookup there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting...
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Gano the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, Darnold.
There's Tremble, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Pettis now on the return.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. This is McCaffrey on the give. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey.
36 yards.
And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Pettis now on the return.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Jones.
Going right side, he finds Slayton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Here's Darnold. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Darnold to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. Big Derek Brown making the stop. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.